Good morning and Jai Hind children. I welcome you all in today's live class of biology. Children, we are discussing the chapter about forests. Is it? And in previous class, I have explained the answers of book exercise A. That is, choose the most appropriate answers. And I hope that you understood all those answers of questions. Alright? Now, today I'm going to discuss the next book exercise. That is exercise B. And in this exercise, you have to write the answers of question just in one word because they are very short answer questions. And the question number one is, what is the name given to the cover of branches of all trees in a forest? So children, remember that the cover of all the branches of trees which are present in forest. So the name for this cover is canopy. Alright. So what will be the answer? The answer will be canopy. Now, the question number two. And the question is, name one medicinal plant. Children, as we have discussed that there are different many medicinal plants are present in forest. So here you have to write the name of one medicinal plant, and the one which is very common medicinal plant is neem. Okay, so neem is one important medicinal plant which is generally found in all forests. Now, come to the question number 3. And the question is, if there are no plants in the soil, heavy rain will cause extensive soil. Then here you have to fill the blank space which is given in the question. Alright. And once again I am going to repeat. If there are no plants in the soil, so the heavy rain will cause extensive soil. Yes, it will be erosion. It will cause extensive soil erosion. Because in the absence of plants, no one will bound the particles of soil and easily the soil get eroded. Okay? So this is the answer of question number 3rd. Now come to the next. Question number 4. And the question is, forests are called green lungs because they supply to the atmosphere. So children, think about that. The forests are called green lungs because they supply to the atmosphere. So what they supply to the atmosphere, because of which the forest called green lungs. So children, it supply an important gas in the atmosphere which is used by all living organism for respiration. Alright, and that gas is oxygen gas. Okay, and this is why as the forests supply oxygen to the atmosphere, they are also called green lungs. Okay, now come to the next question number, and the question is, forests help in cloud formation as they release in the air. So children, again here you have to fill the space given in the question that forests help in cloud formation as they release. So what the forest or the trees release in the air by which formation of cloud occurs? Yes, The plants or the trees in the forest release water vapors, okay, which help in cloud formation. So you will fill the word water vapor. Alright? And one more thing, this water vapors released by the plants by the process of transpiration. Okay, that we have explained in previous chapters. So due to the excess water that comes out from the leaf of the plants in the form of vapors by the process of transpiration, and these water vapors in the air helps in cloud formation that brings the rain. Okay, now come to the next question number, and the question is, are carnivores primary consumer or secondary consumer? So here you have to find out the carnivores will comes in which category of consumers. Is it primary or they are secondary? So children, remember that the carnivores are the animals those who eat the other animals. Alright. So that is why they are consumer, but they will comes in secondary consumer. Because the primary consumers are the animals those who eat plant products or plants. Alright. So the carnivores are secondary consumers. Now come to the next question number 7. And the question is, a food chain shows the flow of energy from one organism to another, that we already have discussed. Okay, so where did this energy come from in the first place? So children, in this question, you have to write down that the energy comes from where in first place in food chain. Alright, so the order of energy flow in a food chain is that already we have discussed. This order is sun, then green plants, after then herbivores, and then carnivores. Alright, so this is the order of energy flow in a food chain. Okay, the energy present in sun in the form of sunlight used up by the green plants to prepare the food. This energy then transferred to the herbivores when they are eaten by herbivores, and again this energy flows to the carnivores when the carnivores eat the herbivores animals. Get it? So this is the order of energy flow in the food chain, and according to the question you have to find out, yes, this energy comes first place. So which is the first place? Sun is the first. So you can write that energy at the first place in this chain comes from sun. Right? It comes from sun. Now come to the next question number 8. And the question is, name one decomposer that is not a microorganism. Children, generally the microorganisms are decomposes the body of plants and the animals after their death. Alright, but here you have to write down the name of one decomposer that is not a microorganism. Okay, so there are certain insects who also decompose the body, and they are kept in the category of decomposer. And one of the example of such kind of organism is cockroach. Okay, so cockroach is a decomposer that is not a microorganism. Okay, but it decomposes the, yes, dead plants and the animals body. All right. Now come to the next question number 9. And the question is, a food is made up of several connected food chains. So what is made up of several connected food chains? So children, remember that in chapter we have explained that when several food chains get connected together, interconnected, so they made the food web. Is it? So here you have to fill the word web. So you can say a food web is made up of several connected food chains. Okay? These all are the exercise B, in which you have given the answers mostly in one word. Okay, are very short answer type questions. And I hope that you understood all the answers of these questions. Okay, now come to the next book exercise. And the next book exercise is exercise C, in which the questions are short and you have to write their answer in one sentence or two sentences. Short answer questions. And the question number 1 is, why is it dark inside a forest? Okay, children, why it is dark inside a forest? When you move inside a forest, so you will feel the darkness there because sunlight is not able to reach completely. So the reason is that it is dark inside a forest because the canopy leaves intercept the sunlight available to the forest. Okay, the sunlight which is available to the forest, they passes through the canopy leaves. Alright, and as a result, less than 50% of the total sunlight falling on the top of the forest manage to pass through the canopy and go down to the plants in the forest. And this is why it is dark inside a forest. Okay? Now, come to the next question number 2. And the question is, in an area in which a forest was cut to make a city, it was found that the water table went down. So, what could be the reason for this? Understood, children? The question first. The question is there, why the water table went down in an area which is a forest cut to make a city. So what may be the reason behind this? So children, very simple, as the trees and the plants of the forest, they help in seepage of rainwater, okay, into the ground. And in the absence of forest, what will happen? Yes, little rainfall seeps into the ground, and in such cases, more groundwater is drawn for irrigation and other purposes. Then it gets replenished by rainfall, and this is why depletes the water table. It did, and the water table went down. Alright, children, understood the answer? Yes, because of less plants, what will happen? A little rainfall will seep into the ground, and this is why the level of water table went. Now, come to the next question number 3. And the question is, name 5 products that we get from forest. Children, as we have discussed that many products are obtained from the forest. So here you have to list 5 products that we get from forest. Okay, so these products are timber, which is used to make furniture and all. Second, spices. Different spices are obtained from the different parts of the plants of forest. Okay, and used in food items. Now the third product is oils. Certain kind of oils like turpentine oil. Okay, they are obtained from certain plants which are present in forest. So it is also a forest product. The next product is medicines. There are certain medicinal plants which are available in the forest, and their parts are also used to prepare different kind of medicines which are used to treat certain diseases. Alright, so the medicines are also a forest product. And the last one is wood. It is also a forest product which is obtained from the trunk of trees and used for different purpose like fuels and for making furniture, etc. Alright, so these are the 5 products that we get from forest: timber, spices, oils, medicines, and wood. Okay, now come to the next question number 4. And the question is, name 2 squenchers and how are they useful to the environment? Children, here first of all you have to write down the name of 2 squenchers, and then you have to explain that how they are useful to the environment. Alright, so come to the answer. The squenchers, they are the animals who eat dead bodies of plants and animals. Okay, that already we have discussed in the chapter. So such animals are known as squenchers who eat dead bodies of plants and animals. And the example, the name of 2 such squenchers are vultures and crows. Vultures and crows. These are the 2 animals who are squenchers because they used to eat the dead bodies of plants and animals. And this help in keeping the environment clean. So as they are useful to the environment because after eating the dead bodies of plants and animals, they help in keeping our environment clean. Alright? Now come to the next question number 5. And the question is, give an example to show the interconnection between food chains. So children, here you have to show the interconnection between food chain when the different food chains get interconnected to each other. So you have to show it with the help of example. Alright? Children, remember that we have discussed that the several food chains that exist in nature are interconnected. Is it? And the green plants are eaten by several plant eaters, not by only one animal. It eaten by several plant eaters, such as, yes, the animals like goat, cows, deer, and all. And these plant eaters, in turn, are eaten by several animal eaters. Alright. And in this way, many food chains are linked together to form a web, which is called food web. Okay? Got? So, the examples are there. Several animals eats the plants, and again these animals are eaten by several other animal eaters, and because of it it forms the, yes, interconnection between different food chains which is called food web. Okay. Now, come to the next question number 6. And the question is, how are forest fire controlled? Children, remember that forest fire that occurs by many ways, either by lightning or by the carelessness of human beings, like that. And during this such forest fire, a lot of trees gets burned. Okay, so to control such forest fire, some methods are suggested, and the methods are like the first method, by spraying fire extinguishing solution. By spraying fire extinguishing solutions. Okay, fire extinguishing solutions are the solutions which immediately extinguish the fire. Alright, so the first method to control the forest fire, we can spray the fire extinguishing solution on those areas. And the second method is, yes, using strong blowers to change the direction of wind. Strong blowers, okay, they also can be used for what? Yes, to change the direction of the wind. So these are the two methods by which we can control the forest fire, by spraying the fire extinguishing solution and also by strong blowers that can be used to change the direction of wind. Alright? Now come to the next question number 7. And the question is, what is afforestation? Children, here you have to define the term afforestation. Alright, so the afforestation is a process of renewing a forest by planting more trees. However, the process is slow because new saplings take several years to grow. Is it? Because when you are going to plant, the small plants are the saplings anywhere. So what will happen? It will take long time, it will take many years to grow into a tree. Alright, so the process is slow, but if we plant more and more saplings, so after few years, what will happen? The number of trees will increase or the forest get renewed. Okay, that is why it is a process of renewing a forest by planting more trees. Get it? So these all are the short question answers. And I hope that you understood these all answers. Is it, children? Now come to the next book exercise, that is long answer questions. Children, here you have to write the answer in one paragraph because they are the long question answers. Alright. So come to the first question number 1. And the question is, two ways in which plants are useful to animals and two ways in which animals are useful to plants. Got it? You have to write two ways by which animals are useful for plants and plants are useful for animals. So come to the answer. First of all, the two ways in which plants are useful to animals. The first way by which, yes, the plants are useful to animals is plants provide oxygen to animals. Okay, this is the first way by which plants are useful to animals, as by the process of photosynthesis plants produces the oxygen, and this oxygen provided by the plants to all the animals for respiration. Get it? And they also act as food for some animals. This oxygen is used as a food for some animals. So this is one of the way. Now the second way is that plants reduces the pollutants present in air. Okay, so they reduce the pollutants which are present in air. Alright children, as you know that the pollutants, the harmful substances which pollute the air. Okay, so such substances are known as pollutants. So the plants are helpful to reduce the amount of the pollutants which are present in air, and thus they help to protect the animals because the pollutants are harmful for animals, and they also provide shelter for some animals. Okay, the plants provide shelter to some animals because the birds, they make their nest on the plants. Certain animals, those who are living on plants like monkeys and all, they make their shelter on the plants, on the trees. So the plants also provide shelter to some animals. Get it? So these are the two ways by which plants are useful to animals. Now, the next, the two ways by which animals are useful to plants. And the one way is animals help plants in pollination and seed dispersal. Okay, animal helps plant in pollination and seed dispersal. Children, remember that these are the two important processes, that pollination and seed dispersal, in which animal help the plants. As the pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. So this transfer takes place by wind as well as by certain animals like the insects, honeybee, butterflies and all. Get it? And due to this pollination process, the formation of seed takes place and the fruits form. Alright? And the seed dispersal, when the seed formed inside the fruits, so this seed need to disperse from one place to another place for complete germination or for proper germination of the seeds. So this dispersal also takes place by different agents, and animals are also one of the agents which are helpful in seed dispersal. Like certain animals eat the fruits and they release the seeds because the seeds not digested, so these seeds gets released as a waste, okay, and they germinate and give rise the new plant. Some seeds are having the hooks, so they stuck by the fur of the animals and transfer or dispersed from one place to another place. So, by these different means, the seed dispersal takes place by animals. Alright, so this is one of the way in which animals are useful to plants in the process of pollination and seed dispersal. Now, the second way is that animal excreta and the dead animals. They add nutrients to the soil. Animal excreta and their, yes, dead animals. What they are going to do? They are adding nutrients to the soil and they provide minerals for plant growth. Get it? So plants get minerals from the decomposed body of dead animals as well as from the excreta which is given by the animals. And these minerals helpful in the growth of plant. So this is the, yes, second way in which the animals are useful for plants. Alright? So this is the answer of question number 1. Now rest of the questions of long question answer we will discuss in next class. Alright. Thank you and have a nice day, children.